But it's time. I think it's time, and it's sad to hear. But
do you feel your career is nearing the finish line?
I think,
man,
I've been in professional boxing since I was 15 years old.
Wow,
almost 18 years in fighting in a professional.
Mm-hmm. He's a man of his word, because I remember in 2018 when he did the deal, the 5-year deal. I asked you, like, how much longer you want to fight? Is this 5-year deal done with the zone? And you said,
I think it's gonna be enough. A lot of years in boxing and accomplish a lot of things, and then I need to enjoy my life with my family and everything.
The year was 2024. Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed champion, stood victorious in the center of the ring, the Las Vegas crowd a cacophony of cheers and chants. He had just defeated Jaime Munguia in a dominant performance, silencing doubters who questioned his staying power. Yet, amidst the celebration, a quiet resolve simmered within Canelo. This fight, he knew, wouldn't just be another win, it would be his last. Retirement whispers had trailed Canelo for a while. At 33, his age wasn't a glaring concern, but the sport takes its toll. Grueling training, the constant pressure to perform, the nagging injuries, they all chipped away at the once invulnerable fighter. "My body talks to me," Canelo confided in a post-fight interview. "It tells me when it's time. Tonight, it told me this was a beautiful chapter, but the book is closing." The decision wasn't impulsive. Canelo had hinted at this turning point earlier. "Maybe 3-4 more years," he'd said in a recent interview. "But it depends on how I feel. There will come a day when I say, it's time to dedicate myself to other things." Munguia, a young, hungry challenger, presented the perfect opportunity. A win would be a fitting culmination, a final flourish on a legendary career. The fight itself was a masterclass in controlled aggression. Canelo, showcasing the experience that separated him from his challenger, weathered Munguia's early storm. "A young lion," Canelo acknowledged. "He comes out fast, throws bombs, but I knew I had to be patient, use my ring IQ." As the rounds progressed, Canelo's calculated punches wore Munguia down. A picture-perfect counter-left hook in the 8th sent a shockwave through the arena, announcing the end was near. Final bell was a mere formality. A unanimous decision cemented Canelo's supremacy. But the victory wasn't just about dominance. It was about legacy. Canelo had scaled unimaginable heights. He'd unified multiple super middleweight titles, ventured into light heavyweight territory, and faced the best the sport had to offer. "I achieved everything I set out to do," he declared, a hint of pride in his voice. "From a young kid in Guadalajara to undisputed champion, it's a dream come true." Retirement, however, wasn't the end of the story. Canelo, a shrewd businessman with a burgeoning tequila empire, had his sights set on new horizons. "Boxing gave me everything," he said. "Now, I want to give back. I'll be focusing on promoting young fighters, helping them navigate this crazy world." His influence, it seemed, would continue to shape the sport, albeit from the outside. The news of Canelo's retirement sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Tributes poured in, hailing him as an all-time great. "He's not just a champion," said his longtime trainer, Eddie Reynoso. "He's an inspiration. His dedication, his work ethic, that's what made him special." Canelo's departure left a void, but also a sense of closure. He left the sport on his own terms, undefeated in his last fight. It was a poignant ending, a perfect encapsulation of a remarkable journey. The journey of a young Mexican boy who conquered the world of boxing, one powerful punch at a time. As the curtain closed on Canelo's in-ring career, one thing was certain. His legacy as a boxing icon would forever be etched in history.
Alright guys, we got some breaking news as Canelo will make an important announcement about his career live on Mexican TV channel Azteca on Tuesday. Is Canelo retiring? Is Canelo going to give us his last 2-3 fights announced already? We'll find out on Tuesday. But Bud Crawford has been seen sparring undefeated super middleweight Lester Martinez. So is Canelo and Bud happening next? Now I doubt Canelo will retire. He still has probably a good 2 to 3 more fights left in him. Super fights at that to make him super money. But I really hope we get a David Benavidez fight. If Canelo retires without fighting David Benavidez, that's going to be the craziest duck of.
He's going to announce his next fight or two. I think he's going to say that he's going to fight Terence Crawford and David Benavidez, and then he's going to retire. I don't know why I have that feeling, but I can just see Canelo fighting 1 or 2 more fights and then just riding off to the sunset. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better ending for Canelo if that's how he ended his career. So I think that's what's going to happen, but I'm really excited and curious what he's going to say tomorrow. So let me know what you guys think.
With anticipation on May 4th, 2024, as the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas buzzed with a unique energy. Two Mexican warriors, Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia, were about to collide in a fight steeped in history and national pride. Canelo, the undisputed super middleweight champion, a seasoned veteran with a reputation for calculated brilliance, was facing a young lion in Munguia, a fighter known for his relentless aggression. This wasn't just a championship bout. It was a clash of styles, a battle between experience and youthful vigor. Canelo, at 33, was nearing the twilight of his incredible career. Despite a few recent close calls, he remained the undisputed king at 168 pounds. "I know some are saying Father Time is catching up," Canelo said in a pre-fight interview, a determined glint in his eye. "But I've trained harder than ever for this. I have something to prove, to myself and to the fans." Monguia, on the other hand, was a rising star. "This is my moment," Monguia declared with a quiet confidence. "I respect Canelo, but I'm not afraid. I'm coming to take what's rightfully mine." At 27, Monguia boasted an undefeated record and a reputation for ferocious come-forward fighting. His hunger to dethrone the king was palpable. Opening bell sent a jolt through the arena. Munguia, true to his word, came out blazing. He threw punches in bunches, testing Canelo's reflexes and defense. "He started strong," Canelo admitted later. "He's young, explosive, but I knew I had to weather the storm." Canelo, the master tactician, remained composed, used his superior footwork to create angles, slipping Munguia's wild swings while peppering him with sharp jabs. Patience is key, Canelo thought to himself, his years of experience guiding him. "I need to make him work, make him miss." The crowd roared with each successful counter from Canelo, their admiration for his calculated approach evident. As the fight progressed, a tactical chess match unfolded. Munguia's aggression started to wane, replaced by frustration as Canelo began to control the tempo. The champion exploited openings, landing sharp body shots that visibly took their toll on the challenger. "I felt him slowing down," Canelo observed. "That's when I knew I could turn up the heat." The turning point came in the 8th round. Canelo unleashed a picture-perfect counter-left hook that caught Munguia flush on the chin. The challenger wobbled momentarily, his eyes glazed with surprise. Sensing blood in the water, Canelo pressed forward, unleashing a flurry of punches that sent Munguia reeling. "That was the shot I was waiting for," Canelo said, a hint of satisfaction in his voice. It opened things up. The final rounds were a masterclass in Canelo's dominance. He picked Munguia apart, showcasing the full repertoire of his skills: sharp jabs, powerful hooks, and precise footwork. Though Munguia never gave up, his defiance was met with calculated brutality from the champion. Final bell was met with a mixture of cheers and relief. Canelo had emerged victorious, retaining his titles with a unanimous decision. It wasn't easy, Canelo admitted after the fight, the exhaustion evident on his face. "Jaime's a tough competitor, but I knew I had to dig deep and leave everything in the ring." Munguia, though defeated, earned the respect of the entire boxing world. "Came up short tonight," he said, a touch of disappointment in his voice. "But I gave it my all." Canelo is a true champion. I learned a lot from him tonight. Canelo's victory over Munguia wasn't just a championship defense, it was a statement. It silenced doubters who questioned his staying power and cemented his legacy as one of the greatest boxers of his generation. This fight was more than just a win, Canelo concluded, a hint of pride in his voice. "It was about proving that I'm still at the top of my game." Night marked a changing of the guard, with Canelo passing the torch to a new generation of fighters, while leaving an indelible mark on the sport he had dominated for so long.
I know a lot of people are talking to you about your future, but you have more fights behind you than ahead of you. So have you started thinking about your legacy, your long-term legacy, and what you want that to be?
I don't know.
What do you want? You're not there yet?
I'm not thinking about that yet. So I don't know.
Like that, Canelo. Why does it seem like you're not cherry picking opponents? You'll just fight anybody. What is it about you that gives you that mindset?
It's because I love boxing. That's why I love boxing. I love challenge. I love feel that adrenaline.
Yeah.
You know, I feel I need to accomplish everything to be in the books of the history of boxing. That's why I'm here. So, and I love what I do.
You know, I was going to ask you about retirement. Not that you're still absolutely incredible, but you've accomplished everything. How much longer do you think you will do this, Canelo?
Final bell in Canelo Alvarez's victory over Jaime Munguia had barely faded when a quiet bombshell dropped. In a post-fight interview, his voice thick with emotion, Canelo announced his retirement from boxing. The news sent shockwaves through the fight world, leaving fans and fellow legends grappling with the end of an era. Canelo's decision, though surprising, wasn't entirely unexpected. Whispers of retirement had been swirling for a while. At 33, the toll of a grueling career was starting to show. "My body talks to me," Canelo confided. "It tells me when it's time. Tonight it told me this was a beautiful chapter, but the book is closing." Boxing fraternity reacted swiftly, a chorus of tributes pouring in for the undisputed champion. "Canelo, a true champion!" boomed Oscar de la Hoya, Canelo's former promoter, in a social media post. "You leave the sport on top, a legend for the ages." De la Hoya, himself a boxing icon, understood the pressures and demands of the sport. His respect for Canelo's decision was evident. Floyd Mayweather Jr., Canelo's fiercest rival and the man he chased throughout his career, offered a measured response. "Great career, Canelo," Mayweather tweeted. "Respect the decision to walk away when you're on top." Though their rivalry was fierce, their shared respect for the sport transcended past animosity. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., the Mexican boxing legend who inspired a generation, expressed his pride. "Canelo, you've carried the torch for Mexican boxing with honor," Chavez said in a video message. "You're an inspiration to millions. Enjoy your well-deserved retirement." Chavez, a role model for Canelo, recognized the immense pressure of carrying the weight of a nation's boxing hopes. His words resonated deeply. Beyond the immediate circle, analysts and fans weighed in on Canelo's legacy. "He's not just a champion," said renowned boxing writer Sergio Martinez. "He's a generational talent, someone who unified multiple divisions and dominated his era." Martinez, like many others, saw Canelo as an all-time great, a fighter who defied expectations and redefined Mexican boxing. The news also sparked debate about Canelo's next chapter. Given his burgeoning business ventures, particularly his successful tequila brand, many speculated on a shift to the business world. "Boxing gave me everything," Canelo said. "Now I want to give back. I'll be focusing on promoting young fighters, helping them navigate this crazy world." Desire to nurture the next generation suggested a softer side to the fierce competitor fans had witnessed. However, some fans harbored a flicker of hope for a potential comeback. "Never say never," Canelo chuckled during a later interview. "But for now, I'm content with this decision. Boxing will always be a part of me, but now it's time for new challenges." His playful ambiguity left the door ajar, a possibility that ignited the imaginations of die-hard fans. Canelo's retirement marked the end of an era in boxing. He left the sport on his own terms, undefeated in his last fight. It was a poignant ending, a perfect encapsulation of a remarkable journey, the journey of a young Mexican boy who conquered the world of boxing, one powerful punch at a time. As the curtain closed on Canelo's in-ring career, one thing was certain: his legacy as a boxing icon would forever be etched in history, and the reactions of his peers and fans solidified his place not just as a champion, but as a true legend of the sport.
Ever seen, never ran from anybody, had completely respected the sport of boxing, was an ultimate champion, and I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people, I want to just say this real quick because I know we got.
Never say no, but right now it's not in my future. No, not right now. Maybe
it's all about legacy now.
Yeah, it's all about legacy right now. But you never know.
What do you have to do, Canelo, to be considered the greatest boxer of all time? What is that? Can you reach that level? Can you accomplish that?
Things like this, fight different. When you see in the past, the best fighter go up and down in weight class and beat all the champions is, I think, nobody, right? And I try to do my best for boxing, for me, for my legacy, and keep doing that, right? Fight the best, fight the fights the people want, and that's it.
Canelo Alvarez wasn't born into boxing royalty. He wasn't groomed for championship glory from a young age. His story, however, is far more inspiring. a testament to raw talent, unwavering dedication, and a burning desire to carve his name in the annals of boxing history. Born in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico in 1990, Canelo's life revolved around family and a burgeoning love for boxing. Introduced to the sport at just 5 years old by his older brother, Rigoberto, Canelo's natural talent was evident from the start. "I remember being mesmerized by the movement, the power," Canelo reminisced in a recent interview. "There was something about boxing that just clicked for me." His early days were spent honing his skills in humble gyms, under the watchful eye of his father and trainer, Don Chepo. The training was grueling, pushing Canelo to his limits. "There were days I wanted to quit," Canelo admitted, "but my dad wouldn't let me. He saw something special, something I didn't see in myself." Don Chepo's unwavering belief in his son laid the foundation for Canelo's future success. At just 15, Canelo turned professional. The boxing world was abuzz. A teenage prodigy with exceptional talent and a fighting spirit that belied his years. "I was nervous, of course," Canelo said with a smile, "but I was also excited. I knew this was just the beginning." His early career was a whirlwind of victories, each fight showcasing his growing confidence and ever-evolving skill set. As Canelo climbed the professional ladder, his sights were set on world titles. He conquered weight class after weight class, amassing an impressive collection of regional belts. "Every win was a stepping stone," Canelo explained. "I craved the challenge, the chance to prove myself against the best." His hunger for greatness fueled his relentless pursuit of championship glory. In 2011, at the tender age of 21, Canelo secured his first world title, the WBC Super Welterweight Championship. This was just the beginning of his reign. He went on to unify multiple titles at super middleweight, facing and defeating some of the sport's most formidable opponents. "There were moments of doubt, close calls," Canelo confessed, "but I learned from each fight. Every victory made me stronger, more determined." His resilience and adaptability in the ring were as impressive as his raw talent. One of Canelo's most memorable fights came against Gennady Golovkin, a middleweight kingpin known for his fearsome punching power. Their first encounter ended in a controversial draw, only to be followed by a thrilling rematch that Canelo won by decision. The trilogy, capped off by a dominant victory in 2021, cemented Canelo's status as a true boxing superstar. "Golovkin was a tough opponent," Canelo acknowledged, "but those fights pushed me to my absolute limits. They made me a better fighter." Rivalry not only tested Canelo's skills, but also propelled him onto the global stage. Canelo's achievements transcended boxing, became a cultural icon in Mexico, inspiring a generation of young athletes. "It's an incredible feeling," Canelo said with a hint of pride. "To know that I've inspired others to chase their dreams, that's truly special." He embraced his role model status, using his platform to advocate for social change and uplift his community. However, in May 2024, after a dominant victory over fellow countryman Jaime Munguia, Canelo made a shocking announcement. "It was time to hang up his gloves. My body talks to me," Canelo confided. "It tells me when it's time. Tonight it told me this was a beautiful chapter, but the book is closing." His retirement, though unexpected, was a testament to his intelligence and self-awareness. He left the sport on his own terms, undefeated in his last fight. Canelo's legacy extends far beyond his impressive win-loss record. He is a 4-division world champion, a unified champion at super middleweight, and a true champion of the people. His dedication, work ethic, and unyielding spirit have made him an inspiration to millions. As the curtain closes on his in-ring career, one thing is certain: Canelo Alvarez's story will forever be etched in the annals of boxing history, a testament to the power of hard work, unwavering belief, and the unwavering pursuit of greatness.